Hello there, it's Carrie Rhoades here. Welcome back to the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel. Today I get to share a sneak peek with you for the upcoming release. This is the Best Tea Party stamp set. I'm also going to be throwing in the Pretty Party Decor set. Now I am going to color out the images I want for my card. You can see these adorable little bears here. They're so whimsical and cute. I love that there's a little stump in this set, and the bees, it's just all super cute, and they have their little cups of tea. I love it. So I wanted to color out my bears so they were just like a tan color, not too dark. So I started with E00, did some all over coloring, then I brought in my E13 marker for my darkest areas and put down some shadows. And then I'm blending that out with my E11 marker. So just a really soft tan color, and I thought they looked really cute like this. And the fun thing about bears is there's so many different ways that you can color them with different shades of brown. You can do a more golden brown, a more black brown, even maybe polar bears. I don't know, you could put these in an icy scene. That might be fun. And then I added a little R20 to the ears and the cheeks, and I'll color the other bear the exact same way. Now for this stump, I thought E18 was going to be my lightest color and E29 my darkest, but in the end I decided that E18 would be my darkest color. So because of that, I'm putting in my darkest color first, you know, not knowing that's what it was going to end up being. So then I brought in E15 to blend that out, and I did end up using E13 on this stump as well. And because I kind of went in reverse, I had to go over this a couple times to really soften out that blend, and that's just what I always do. If I have two colors that don't blend really well together, I just have to go over it another time, and then it usually has enough saturation on the paper that it will blend a little bit better. I also did a little bit of texturing on this image by drawing in some lines that kind of would maybe resemble the bark, but then I color over it too so it looks more subtle and doesn't stand out so much. So I'll just keep going over this until I have the look that I want, and I think it's a really cute stump. I love the really naughty bumpiness of those roots of the tree. So now I'm adding some white highlights with a Jelly Roll pen to all the images. Because this is a light up card, I thought they really needed to have some nice white highlights on each of the images. So I'm going to do that, and it kind of brings them to life, gives a little shine to the nose, a little shine to that honeycomb or beehive really shaped teapot there. And then I can bring in the coordinating dies to die cut out these images, and then they will be ready to go for my card. Aren't they darling? I love it. So that's kind of the way I'm going to set them up on my card. I brought in the Great Outdoors die set to die cut this scallop piece and this grass piece. They're 8.5 inches long, and so now I have a grass border that will extend across the bottom of my card, and this kind of scalloped piece that will go across the top to kind of represent the treetops. Then I really wanted a second layer, so I brought in a darker shade of green and cut a second layer for behind for both the treetop and the grass. And now I'm going to stamp out my little party lanterns. I have this small oval shape. It's a solid image, and when I'm stamping a solid image, I like to really press it down on the ink pad and let it sit there for just a second to collect ink, and then do the same thing when I stamp it down and let it sit there for just a minute so more ink will transfer onto the paper. So I need 3 of these lanterns. I'm using 2 different shades of yellow from All to New, and Maple Yellow is my lightest, Honey Drizzle is the darkest. I'm going to just cut around. These are really simple images to cut out, leaving a little bit of a white border because I find that is what's easiest for me. And then I will have my 3 paper lanterns for my little tea party scene. Now on my background, I'm using Faded Jeans Distress Oxide ink and just going down the middle. I don't really need to do the whole panel because the top and the bottom are going to be covered up, but I'll just blend that out a little bit and then spray it with some water from a distress sprayer to get those nice lighter colored splatter marks. And I just really love it for a nighttime or almost nighttime scene. I'm going to glue down the darkest layer of my treetops, and then I kind of have my images just sat in there for reference so I can figure out where I want this little curly string piece to be that my lanterns are going to hang from. This is such a darling new stamp set. That's a layering set. I'm having a lot of fun playing with it. Okay, now I'm going to create the light up portion of this card. So I'm just going to take those extra pieces off that were reference pieces, save them for later, and then I can poke a hole in my card background so the lights can go through. These are the Pearblossom Press Easy Lights. They come in a 5-pack, so you can make 5 light up cards with this. I love that. So you need to pull out one of the light packs and one of the batteries. That's all you need. There's no copper tape or science to this. I wanted to make sure I had a spot where the recipient knew to push so they could light up this card. So I brought out that interactive stamp set and stamped push on the grass there. Now I'm taking some Scotch tape and putting one light in each of these 3 holes, and that is going to light up each of my lanterns. Now you can see the light because it has like a really yellow end. They're tiny, they're bright, they don't get hot, they're really cool. And all of the electronics have been done for you. So they are very easy, just a matter of taping them into place, inserting the battery so that the plus mark lines up with the plus mark, that's it. And then they light up. So now I'm going to tape everything else into place, and I just am using some regular tape to do this. So it's really fast and easy to do. So then I just have to kind of bend or move those wires around so they're going to be hidden, and that's pretty easy to do. You don't really want to kink them, but you can usually find an easy way to lay those out so they're not seen. Like that. Nice. It works perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to add my layers. I have the top part of the treetop, and I'm putting that down with some double stick foam adhesive, and then I'll add my grass to the bottom. I did trim the grass down a little bit on the right hand side so you could see the word push, and then I'm adding my lanterns and checking them as I add them, and I did lay my bears back down in place so I could just get a reference for where to stick everything because they're big images and I don't want to take away their space. I also die cut some trees from that Great Outdoors set just to frame in this piece a little bit more. I wanted it to feel like they were just sitting in the deep woods together. And then I wanted it to be a little bit darker on the top, which would help draw the eye into the center. So I used my Rustic Wilderness Distress Oxide ink to sponge on some color to the top and the bottom, and that really helped give it a little bit more dimension. All right, so now I took some more foam tape, added that to the back of this panel. It needs to be raised up the width of the battery pack, so you need thick foam tape, and if you don't have thick foam tape, you could always double up the tape that you have. And then I can add this to my card base. I did choose a heavyweight cardstock for the card base because it's kind of supporting all of that stuff. So I just taped my card closed so it would lay flat so I could stick that card front on, and then it's ready to go. And when you push here, it lights up, and those lanterns lit up look so very cute. I think these bears are adorable, and you're gonna love all of the fun new stuff that Trinity has out for their 3rd birthday. So stay tuned for more sneak peeks to come and a brand new release. I will see you guys all again on the next video very soon. Until then, make sure you check out the Trinity Stamps Facebook page and Instagram for even more inspiration. Happy stamping! Bye!